Hey everybody. Yeah, I did a video about this just moments ago, but I had to correct myself on it. But I had to actually have it corrected by somebody that reported it. His name's Joseph Banks on Facebook. And basically the news, in case anybody does know or doesn't know, TNA will be reducing the pay-per-view schedule to 4, not 8. Originally, a couple months ago, we heard that they were going to take out 2 pay-per-views and just have 8. Well, now it's been confirmed that they're just going to do away with the 8 other pay-per-views and focus on their big 4. And so focus mainly on their big 4. That being this Sunday's Genesis, March is our April's Lockdown, Slammiversary in June, and Bound for Glory in October. Now, for those that are probably wondering, well, how are they going to fill the gap for the months that they used to have pay-per-views? Well, the way they're going to fill the gap is like this. They're going to have what is known as one-night-only events that will be aired not on pay-per-view, but on video on demand. In other words, cable, probably most likely, internet, streaming as well, most likely on the website. And even on YouTube, because they do it there as well. But the one-night-only events are basically going to be filling the gap for what will not be there. Now, the good news about this is they'll be on demand. In other words, even if you don't watch them the first night, which is going to be, according to what it's read here, what it says here, it's going to be on the first Friday night of months TNA's not broadcasting live pay-per-views. Even if you don't catch it on that first Friday night, you can still catch it whenever you want to. That's the biggest... That's the best thing there. So even if you don't watch it the first time, you'll be able to watch it afterwards. Now, the one-night-only events, the first 2 one-night-only events, which will be aired in April and May, or at least one of the first. Excuse me. What I'm trying to say is the first 2 one-night-only events that will be broadcast in April and May. I'm not too sure about next month on that. Maybe they're just going to wait on that one, just take a break in February. But the first ones that are confirmed for airing in the coming months, which are April and May, the first 2 one-night-only events will be taped on. Now, for those that will be taped on, and let me make sure it's a correction here, not on Sunday, but it will be taped tomorrow. That's right. You see, when I read this originally, Joseph Banks apparently got the report that it said the 13th. And I'm thinking, how are they supposed to do that if they got Fan Fest going on and they got Genesis going on this Sunday? Doesn't make sense. And the superstars, the wrestlers, the knockouts, whatever, are all going to be tuckered out if it's all on the same day. They're not going to be able to put on a good show. That is why, from what Joseph Banks told me, that is why the TNA will be doing it according to what he now understands, because he said he was shuffling through some items the day before. So in other words, it will be tomorrow, not Sunday. I'm hoping that's correct information. Now I'm hoping that's correct, because that does make more sense. So the first 2 events, which will be the first 2 one-night-only events, which is basically TNA's answer to Saturday night's main event, or Clash of the Champions, will be taped, from what I understand now, will be taped tomorrow night. Will be taped tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Now, the question is, what's the purpose of these? Well, the purpose, again, like I mentioned, is to fill in the gap. Basically to fill in the gap when they're not having a pay-per-view, on the months they used to have pay-per-views. But there's also a reason for this. Every one-night-only event will have a theme. It'll have a theme to it. In other words, it won't just be, it's a one-night-only thing with wrestling, that's it, something we'll always see on Impact, right? Wrong. It'll have a theme. Each one-night-only event will have a theme. So these are the themes from what Joseph Banks reported on Facebook. This is what they are, and I quote, "The first one, which will be taped tomorrow, which will air in April," that's right, being taped tomorrow but air in April, will be TNA Extravaganza. Extravaganza, featuring the stars of the X Division. Alright, I don't know if it's just a tournament or just an X Division event. Alright, the one according to this that will follow, the one that will follow will be TNA Joker's Wild Tag Team Special, featuring enemies teaming in a Battle Royal finale. In other words, the Joker's Wild Tag Team Special, which will feature enemies teaming with each other in a Battle Royal finale, is basically, in my opinion, TNA's take on Lethal Lottery and Battle Bowl. Something that I think WWE needs to consider now, too. Alright, now those are both going to be taped, hopefully, from what I understand now, tomorrow in Orlando. Now the other ones obviously have not been, taping dates, scheduled dates for the tapings have not been released yet, but the other events are as follows. TNA Hardcore Justice 2. Now you might say to yourself, well, wait a minute, we had a Hardcore Justice the year, last year. We had a Hardcore Justice the year before. What's the 2 for? Well, basically, this is TNA Hardcore Justice 2 ECW Reunion. That's right. This is going to be just like a couple years ago. Back in 2009 or 10 or something like that. I think it was 2009. I'm not really sure. Let me check. But I think it was 2009. I think it was. It wasn't 2010 because that's a little too soon. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But Hardcore Justice 2, which will be... The reason for the Hardcore Justice 2 name is because it'll be just like the Hardcore Justice years ago. It'll be another ECW-style reunion show with, from what I understand, it says TNA Hardcore Justice 2 ECW Reunion Style Hardcore Show featuring hardcore stipulation matches bringing in ECW talents. Now you might say, well, wait a minute, they sort of have something like that going on right now with Extreme Rising, right? Yeah, they do. They do have something like that with the Extreme Rising promotion, which I recommend you guys watch, because from the clips I've seen, it looks pretty good. Well, it looks very intriguing. No, it's 2010 is what it was. 2010. So that's the reason for it. It's not for the fact that it's, so that's the reason for the 2 behind Hardcore Justice, because of the fact that it's an ECW reunion show with ECW talents only. That's basically what it is. That's what it says here. ECW reunion style hardcore show featuring hardcore stipulation matches bringing in ECW talents. Now, the one that follows after that is the TNA 10 reunion, featuring stars from the early days of TNA battling inside a 6-sided ring. Now, here's the thing about that though. The 10 reunion sounds like a good thing, but you got several stars right now of TNA currently working for the WWE. So that might be a hindrance unless they can get something worked out. Only then will you probably see these guys show up for 10 reunion. But right now, guys like BG James, R-Truth, CM Punk, they're all working right now for WWE, so I don't see them returning for the reunion. Alright, the other event that will be taped as a one-night only event. TNA Knockouts Knockdown One Night, TNA's Knockouts Knockdown, which will be a one-night knockout tournament with the first round being all stipulation matches and the final four in a quote-unquote test of the stamina to see who the final victor is. Alright, following that will be TNA International Incident, a one-night tournament featuring talent from the United States, India, Mexico, Ireland, Canada, Germany, Japan, and the UK, with the winner earning a TNA title shot. So basically what they're saying with this international incident is that whoever wins, either it's someone from here in the United States, or someone from Mexico, or someone from Japan, or someone from Germany or the UK, whoever wins, that person will face the TNA the TNA World Champion. So if, let's say, it's somebody from AAA Mexico that wins the event, then that person from AAA will get a shot at the TNA World Champion. If it's someone from Japan, same thing. UK, Ireland, same thing. I think they're throwing that Ireland thing in there because Sheamus, WWE. I could be wrong though. Alright, and then after that, another one, which will be, well, this is going to be, this will put a smile on some people's faces. Trying to check my time there. Ooh. Got 11 minutes 46 seconds. May have to do this in two parts, but anyway, this will put a smile on some people's faces. TNA X Division World Cup Tournament. That's right. 4 teams of X Division wrestlers in a one-night tournament featuring singles, tag team, 6-man tag team, and 8-man tag team action. So the X Division World Cup is back. It's part of one night only. It's one of the one-night only events. And if you can't get enough World Cup, then how about this? TNA World Cup of Wrestling. 4 teams, each captained by a TNA wrestler, featuring a heavyweight wrestler, tag team wrestler, an X Division wrestler, battling in singles, tag team, and stipulation bouts. The finale will be a 2-ring triple chance battle royal. That's right, 2-ring triple chance battle royal. And this kind of, to me, again, sounds like, to me, this one right here, this last one, sounds like a combination of Survivor Series, Lethal Lottery, and Battle Bowl. That's what, and War Games, I should say. That's what it sounds like to me. It's a combination of 4 events in one. Survivor Series, Lethal Lockdown, Survivor Series, Lethal Lottery, War Games, because of two rings, and Battle Bowl. That's what it sounds like to me. So, very, very interesting stipulation there. Let me check my time. Got about a minute and a half to go. Very, very interesting stipulations. Now, as far as the price range goes for these one-night only events, they will all be $14.95. That's what I understand. As far as the pay-per-views, the big fours themselves, Genesis and Lockdown will be $34.95, Slammiversary will be $39.95, and Bound for Glory will be $44.95. So that is basically all the change. So this basically is what the change has, the TNA has done, reducing only to 4 major pay-per-views a year. This is what the change has estimated in or created. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Video responses are greatly appreciated. And I'll talk to you all later.